While your child might be getting excited about some sweets for Valentine's, we want to talk about how to help them love brushing and flossing.
And Michaela Davidson is a dental hygienist at Polish Dental, joining us now. Michaela, thanks again for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
I mean, it's a fitting topic because February, as you were telling me, National Children's Dental Health Month.
Yep.
So important. What kind of things do you really want kids to think about as they're kind of, developing those habits for having a healthy mouth?
Yeah, I think that you want it to be a fun thing. You want them to know the importance of brushing, flossing, why we do it, but it doesn't have to be this tedious, hateful task that they dread doing every day. You can make it fun. There's tons of different toothpaste flavors that definitely intrigues my kids to get them to brush. So there's a fun spin on things to kind of keep it light and keep it fun so that it's something that they'll continue to do.
So other than keeping it fun, brushing twice a day, 2 minutes at a time, all that stuff, what about like foods and drinks, and do you have any tips that way as well?
Yeah, so I think it's unavoidable to say, or it's unrealistic, I should say, to say they're never going to have those things, that they're never going to have juice or candy or snacks that have more sugar in them. I think it's really important to make sure that when they have them, it's kind of with a meal, and that it's short-lived. So if you're gonna have juice, have them drink it with their lunch or their dinner, and then brush their teeth afterwards, drink water. Sipping on it all day is where we really see that risk of decay increasing. So if you can keep it kind of at a short time span, it helps to kind of minimize that risk of getting decay.
Now, I know we've talked about this before, but some people have that that wrong way of thinking of like, well, they're just baby teeth.
Yes.
So it doesn't really matter if you take care of those. And
right.
yeah, talking with you especially has totally, enlightened me that that's not true at all.
Yes, they are not just baby teeth. They are so important. Number one, they're helping hold space for those permanent teeth. So normally the back baby teeth are last between the ages of 10, 12, 13. And if they lose them at an early age, say at 6, because of decay or things going on, that tooth is gone, and so the teeth tend to shift together. Doesn't give that permanent tooth a space to come in. So it's really important to keep those teeth healthy so that they fall out at the appropriate time to allow space for those permanent teeth to come in. It's also really important because you're setting them up for these really great habits that they're going to carry with them for the rest of their life. Of course, when you're first starting out, they don't want to do it. It can be a fight, and you just kind of have to work through it. Eventually, they'll understand it's just part of the routine. It's part of what you do. And then as they get older, they just know. Like my kids are 10 and 7, and they know that before they go to bed, they have to go into the bathroom and brush their teeth. It's a non-negotiable. And they used to complain about it, and now they go and they do it because they know that that's part of what they have to do. So kind of setting them up for habits that they're going to carry with them for the rest of their life is so important too.
Another habit to carry with you your entire life is going to the dentist every 6 months.
Yes, that's right.
Do you do that more often as a kid, less often? Is it the same?
Usually it's about the same. So some will say to bring them in for their first visit when they get their first tooth or before age 1. When we see them at that age, it's honestly just to take a good look at everything, more to visit with parents, kind of educate them on things that they can be doing. For example, even when they get their first tooth in, they make little toothbrushes that can go on your finger that you can kind of brush and keep clean, or using a washcloth to kind of wipe around their gum tissue. Putting your kids to bed with a bottle, it can be very harmful to their teeth. So it can be more patient or parent education. But then as they get older, I would say between like 2.5 and 3 is when we really can communicate with them, sit down, and they understand things. It's not as scary. And that's really when we can get a good cleaning, a good exam. And then normally they would come back every 6 months just to kind of keep building. We keep it very light and very fun. If all we do is count their teeth or they get a toothbrush, that's a win, and then it seems like every time that they come back, they're more and more excited and not as nervous to get in the chair and get going with their appointment.
So such is life itself. Sorry, Amber. Such is life itself, right? If you maintain stuff, it'll last you longer. Your teeth, I find that the dentist is a lot less scary if you do the stuff you're saying, and then you just go in and they're like, yeah, you're good.
Absolutely. I mean, even in adults, when it's been 20 years since you've been in, of course you're going to be nervous because number one, things have changed drastically even in the last 5 years when it comes to the way that we can do things in technology. But you probably are going to have some makeup work to do, which is the not fun part about coming to the dentist. So when you come in on a more regular basis, whether you're a kid or an adult, we can catch things when they're really small. It's so much easier to do a small little filling, take away less tooth structure, minimize the risk of sensitivity, than to leave it go for a couple of years and all of a sudden you're looking at needing a root canal or a crown or taking the tooth out. That's the reason why people don't love coming to the dentist. And we see so many adults that have had traumatic experiences as kids that now as adults, it's like flashback for them. They don't want to come in. And so I feel like we really try to make it as light and fun as possible because we don't want to add to that list of adults in the future that are scared to come in.
Yeah. Right. It's so different. It's like going to the spa.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So thank you, Michaela.
Yes, for sure.
And Polish Dental is located in Bismarck. They are accepting new patients.
And they utilize state-of-the-art technology with gentle care and create personalized treatment plans for their patients' individual needs.
To schedule an appointment, call 701-222-4746 or 222-GRIN.